Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, and following on from yesterday's video where we talked about Group A of the Euros. We're now talking about Group B. We're going to go through all the groups, as I said yesterday, going through all the groups. I'm starting with my little disclaimer again as to why my hair is getting so long now. It's not obviously massive, but it's getting longer than I usually have it, and that is because I'm doing a little challenge. I said I'm going to do a disclaimer at the start of every video talking about my little challenge, talking about how if England win the Euros, I'm going to get my hair cut in like an iconic way. That's terrible. That is awful way to start the video. An iconic England haircut. And I'm going to do a vote on my Instagram and TikTok for you guys to go on there and vote of what iconic England haircut I should get if England do end up winning the Euros. Because obviously the last Euros did end up being blonde. I'll probably do like a video of like me blonde. But yeah, that is the opening of the video. Going on to Group B, which is Spain, Croatia, Italy and Albania. But it might be the group of death, but I don't think it is as close to the group of death as you can. Like, we've had better groups of death. The way all four of these teams have been playing over the past couple years, it's not really a group of death anymore. It's just a few big teams, big nations in the past. It's getting straight into it. We're going to start with Spain. Spain's route to the Euros, they were first in their group, beating Norway, getting beat by Scotland, which was a big shock result. Absolutely thrashing Georgia the game after it, taking the anger out on 7-1 there, and then 6-0 against Cyprus. They can score goals, this Spanish team. They know how to score goals. Spain 2-0 against Scotland, ending it really well, only losing actually one game the whole qualifying path, and that was that game against Scotland. And Scotland, you know, it was a surprise for Scotland to win that game. But you can see they've got a good defensive structure, only conceded 5 goals in 10 games. It's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Only not scoring in one of the games. This Spain team is a bit of a Spain team to fear, with the players such as Alex Grimaldo, who's had a really good season with Leverkusen, Rodri, who we know how Rodri's been for Spain and for Man City, obviously winning the Nations League last year, getting the man of the match, Rodri, in that game, so you can know how vital he is to this Spanish team. Mikel Merino, the ex-Newcastle player, now doing his trade in Sociedad. Marcus Llorente, Pedri, Alvaro Morata, Oyarzabal, Olmo, and Nico Williams. All, you know, it's still about this tiki-taka, but it's a new generation of it. It's a new generation of this Spain team, and we'll see how it does at the Euros. Obviously win the Nations League, they know how to win a trophy. They've got a trophy in the back pocket already, this Spanish team. Let's see if we can get another one. Group B, again, Italy finished second in their group behind England, obviously losing their first game, losing 2 games in the qualifying, both to England, and then drawing a few that, you know, drawing against Macedonia, probably not a place they should have drew, drawing against Ukraine, which is fair enough. Drawing against Ukraine, they were lucky to get a draw out of that game. They were lucky to qualify second in the group, to be honest, because I think Ukraine probably got robbed a bit here finishing second, but you know, they still qualified Ukraine. But this Italy team is a bit up and down and shaky all over the place. Spalletti hasn't got the keys right just yet. Obviously he worked wonders with that Napoli team last year, but I don't think he can do the same with this Italy squad. But as I said, we're going to get into my predictions later on in the week. Luciano Spalletti, as I just said, the ex-Napoli manager, doing a really good job. Let's see what we can do a bit this year with Gianluigi Donnarumma, who, you know, got man of the match last time in the Euros final, and you know, ended up becoming goalkeeper of the tournament. Damian Scalvini, Nico Barella, Jorginho, Chiesa and Scamacca. So there's a few players in there from the last Euros win, but the team has changed a lot from that last Euros win. That was kind of a last bout for quite a few players in that tournament, especially the defence. So it's a very young defence coming into this tournament for Italy. But they've got winners in there, so they've got players that know how to win games in there, like Jorginho, like Scamacca, who has had a really good season with Atalanta, winning the Europa League, despite everyone's shocks. Group B, Croatia are next, and they finished second in their group as well, just behind Turkey. I think it was Turkey at the top of their group. It's just, you can tell it's not the same Croatia team that it was a few years ago. Losing to Wales there, losing to Turkey at home as well. It's not there's not great results in here, and it's very narrow results in here for the Croatia team. Obviously, the only big win there was that 5-0 against Latvia, but it left a lot of games a bit too tight, and it's just not been good enough for them. This is kind of like a last dance for this group of players, and this group of players like Vida, it's last dance. Like Modric, it's going to be his last dance. Like Perisic, it's going to be his last dance. There's a few others in there that it might be their last time on the international stage, like Brozovic, Kramaric. Obviously, Gvardiol coming through, young player. Livkovic has still got a few more years in him, and Kovacic will probably be here for a bit longer too. But it's a bit worrying for any Croatian fans, because you might be looking at going, this might be the last chance for him to do any good for quite a while, because the team's kind of a bit shaky now. But we'll wait and see. It's Luka Modric's probably last tournament in a Croatia shirt, and this is iconic, innit? It's just Luka Modric being iconic in the Croatia shirt. Won a Ballon d'Or because of what he did in Croatia shirt in 2018 at the World Cup. Can he push it through in the Euros? We'll wait and see. Obviously, Croatia, it's one of them. You have to wait and see, I guess. Group B, Albania finishing first in their group, and first ahead of the likes of Poland and Czech Republic, who are good teams. You've got good players in them teams, and it just shows like this kind of like teamwork that this Albania team have, and they might give some of these bigger teams in their group a bit of a shock. Getting beat by Poland in an opening game, but then going on a massive good run there, beating Albania, beating the Faroe Islands, drawing with Czech Republic, beating Poland, beating the Czech Republic, drawing with Moldova, and drawing with the Faroe Islands. They probably should have beat the Faroe Islands in that last game, but they didn't need to. They finished top of the group, and they qualified with a smile on their face, and they'll be happy to be at this tournament. They won't be happy with their group, but I think, look at the players, managed by Silvinho, the ex-Barcelona and Manchester City player. They got a few good players in there. Elsad Hajsac is probably the biggest name on the sheet, the Napoli player. But they got Berisha, Armando Broja, who a lot of people will know from the Premier League, was at Fulham this year. A really good year at Southampton last year. Chelsea, it's never really worked out for him, but we'll wait and see if it can work out for him under Maresca. But this Albania team's not something that is going to be like an easy walkover for these other big teams that are in the group. Because usually that's what you see in a group of death. You see a group of death of like the three big teams in a team that's going to get bullied. I don't think Albania are going to get bullied as much by the likes of Italy and Croatia. I think Spain might bully them, but the other two might have a tough time. But as I said, we're not talking too much about predictions in this video. This is just about the team and welcoming you into what the team's going to be looking like at the Euros. So yeah, that is the end of the Group B talk. I do thank you for watching, guys. If you like the video, please leave a like. You want to see more, subscribe, because there's more on the channel all the time, and we've got a big plan up for the next month over the Euros. But yeah, I do thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do see you next time. Cheers.